Hello, and welcome back to Blanks to Go. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. What I'd like to ask everyone to do if you have a moment is be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the videos. That way I'll know what type of content to put out for you. Now, this is a Sublimation Battle Part 2, Take 2. Reason why I say it's take 2 is I recorded it earlier today using my Epson 2720, but apparently my yellow ink was not printing appropriately, and I did not really catch on to it until later on. So I had my print purge sheet, and that's how I knew which one wasn't coming out. Anyways, my colors were not popping the way that they needed to do to be able to give the full feedback on each paper in honesty, because they all came out decent. They all really looked the same, and I did 5 different papers. This time, however, there'll only be 4, but I do want to give #inkware honorable mentions just because they were in the last battle, and if I had more sheets of paper, they would have been able to come into this one as well, but it just didn't happen, so sorry. Anyways, this is the color that I was looking for, so I printed it out this time using my Epson ET, my Epson EcoTank 8550. So this is the colors that we're kind of looking for in the end, so you can kind of see how they were way off, right? Okay. Anyways, without further ado, the great thing about it is my heat press is already heated up. The images are already together. So what I'll do is, while each one is pressing, I'll tell you a little bit about the papers that are in the battle today. Tell you how much they are and where to find them. Sound fair enough? Okay, let's go. So let's get this here first one down. And grab a sheet. Let's see the back of this one. This one is going to be the Stampcolour. This brand is Stampcolour. Okay? So get that on there. And while it's pressing, I will tell you about it. I paid for this sheet, these. This is the pack for this. It was 125 sheets. Excuse me. It was 40 sheets. The weight is 125. The paper size is 8.5 by 11. Nice sturdy feel to it. The cost was $9.99, and you can find it on Amazon. Okay, that's this one so far. I'll put the links down below as well. As far as what ink is in the Epson printer, when I bought this one, I couldn't use any of the other inks because I needed photo black, so I had just Googled one of them, so it's a random one. However, when it's time for me to change it again, I have a different one with a name to it. I'll be able to apply that name. So far with the color stamp paper, I got ghosting from my other one still. But from my color stamp paper, this is the negative. Let's see, I can probably turn this off. There we go. This is the leftover piece of paper with the ink. This is the print. And I just had a little ghosting from my last image on there because I turned it the other way, so my Teflon held on to it. But so far, pretty good, right? This is $9.99 for this paper. Okay, I'm going to set that one over right here with the paper, so that way I don't forget which one it is, because that can happen. I'm trying to make sure I have enough light in here, but not too much light to where I keep flooding you guys out, or flooding out what's going on. Okay, the next one is going to be CraftsbyJaye. Now, CraftsbyJaye, I found them on Facebook or Instagram, one of the two. I will make sure I link them down below because they are definitely a small business, but I can spell it out. Crafts, traditional spelling, CRAFTS by BYJ, JAYE.com. She sent me several pieces of the paper to try out, which was great because when I ran into the error, it gave me something else to print on. That's about all I can tell you on the paper, though. It feels decent. It doesn't feel like flimsy, like copy paper. So I did like that fact as well. And okay, my heat press, I have it at about, it's about 415 degrees or so. And that's only because it doesn't always be at 400. The temperature be dropping. So I figured I'd do it there to kind of hold it together. Okay. Now, first things we'll look at is let's look at how much ink is on the papers left. So this is the colors paper. This is the Stampcolour paper. This is the CraftsbyJaye. So they both have a little ink left on them. It's not, to me, it's not enough ink to make another print. It might be enough ink if it was turned the opposite way to give to the kids or something and let them make coloring sheets out of it. Okay. So now I'm going to look at the product itself. Look how her color is. The color shows up on hers. Okay. That is the colors, the ink by, or excuse me, the CraftsbyJaye paper. Okay. And then this is the other paper. Still trying to get them so you can kind of see them both. Get Big Bird up there. Not a huge difference, right? Both of them are pretty good. Okay. So, okay, put the that paper there. Alrighty, two more. This one I want to save it for last, because that one's going to be a shocking type. This one here. This is going to be I bought this paper off of Amazon. This paper is called, it's Sublimation paper. Well, the brand looks like this. It's called Tonha, Tonha, Sublimation. Okay. I got this paper for $10.99. It was 100 sheets. Instead of 8.5, this is an A4 paper, so it's 8.3 by 11.7. Okay, so you got to watch your measurements on this one, just a little bit different from the other ones, because the other ones are 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 11, when this one is 8.3 by 11.7. Okay, so this is $10.99. That's 100 sheets of paper. That's not bad for 100 sheets of paper. $10.99. It has a pink backing, so that way you can tell the difference from the front and the back. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's look at some of the other papers again. Color sheet. So you can see what's left of it. We'll just kind of compare Big Birds. Now, The coloring may look like it has more to it, but it has a brown, like a tingish color from it cooking. So in person, it may not seem like that same color that it seems on here. Because as you can see, the paper color is a different color. So kind of keep that in mind. But that's where the paper is. Leave that paper over there. That paper goes to that one. All right, the actual towel itself. Okay, so towel itself. Nice. Pop in color. Bright. Compare it to one of the others. To me, I still think it looks good, but I'm putting this up for you to determine, because it's not my job to tell you what paper to buy. It's me giving you options. That's what this is, options. Because I think it's better when you have an idea and you've seen something and compared with something else before you spend your money, so you can have the best bet. Now, this last paper, I was shocked to even find that they had sublimation paper for $6. Yes, I bought a pack of paper for $6 on Amazon, unused. Okay, here goes the picture. So as you can see, on all of them, I use the same image. I gotta do these again for my grandbaby, for my granddaughter now. I gotta make her the Care Bear ones. But this paper here is S-Race. They said that it is a sample pack, but even for the sample pack, it's 40 pieces of paper. Oh, excuse me, I lied. Got that wrong. $6, 20 sheets of paper. Okay, still not a bad deal. $6, 20 sheets. We're going to see how it comes out compared to all the rest of them as well. Because who knows, that $6 paper just might be it. So far, out of all of them, there isn't one that I would not buy again, because they all seem to do the trick. Okay, so now, out of all the sheets that I'm looking at, I'm going to say that my $6 paper left the most ink. So the most ink was left behind on the S-Race paper compared to all 4 of them. The other 3 were about comparable in the ink release. I don't know, maybe they all have the same manufacturer. I don't know, who knows. But they all have better ink release. This one isn't enough necessarily to press again, because if you did, it would be lightly faded, but maybe you could press it longer or harder. I don't know. But the most ink is left. As far as coloring, treating it the same way I've treated all the rest of them. Here it is for coloring. Decent color. Did it super just like pop out? I don't know. Maybe was I being biased? A little bit. Let me think. Let me look at it this way. There is not a huge amount of difference in the coloring. So you could get away with the $6 paper, okay? You could get away with using the Vivid paper. So, because I do not know the price of the paper from Jay. I will list them all below in order from least to most expensive, and then the links where you can purchase. The Sesame Street image, I will also link in the description to where you can get this at, because this is made from Pear Studios, which is part of Cartoon University on Facebook. So if you haven't joined there, I will leave that link below as well, but that is where this image came from. With that being said, I want to thank you for checking out the paper battle again. Again, this is part 2. When you get a chance, please, please, please go over and check out our website at thingz.com. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe on the video. Let us know what paper you decide to go with. We'd love to see some of your projects. Thanks.